Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving straight into the absolute biggest clash defining the next generation of artificial intelligence. We are talking about GPT-5.6 Sol versus Llama 4. Now, we aren't just looking at processing power or benchmark scores here. Oh no, we are analyzing a massive, fundamental battle of paradigms between closed and open architectures. By the end of our time together today, you're going to understand exactly how this divide works and why it is actively reshaping our entire digital landscape. But, before we get into the nitty-gritty tech itself, we really have to ask the central question that is driving this entire industry forward right now. Who actually controls the future of AI? It's a huge question, right? When we think about artificial intelligence scaling up to literally affect every single part of our daily lives, the core issue isn't just what the AI can do, it's about who holds the keys to the underlying engine. Is it a single massive entity, or is it, well, everyone? Keep that exact tension in the back of your mind as we explore these two completely different models. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, the AI heavyweight matchup. Imagine two completely different heavyweights stepping into the ring. In one corner, we have GPT-5.6 Sol, representing a massive concentration of corporate resources and a highly centralized philosophy of how tech should be developed. And stepping up to challenge it, we've got Llama 4. This is a model built to test the absolute limits of what a decentralized, open-source community can pull off. We are looking at two totally different paths forward, staring each other down in the tech landscape today. Let's break these down, starting with Section 2, defining closed AI. So, what do we actually mean by a closed AI ecosystem? Well, it means the underlying architecture is entirely proprietary. For developers and everyday users like us, this means you interact with the model strictly through an API. You ask a question, you get your final output, but the underlying model weights, the training data, the core algorithms, all of that remains completely locked in a black box. This whole infrastructure is controlled by the creator. Why? Mostly to protect their intellectual property and to strictly dictate the safety guardrails and usage limits. And GPT 5.6 Sol is pretty much the definitive manifestation of this closed approach right now. Every structural decision, every single line of its underlying architecture is maintained securely in-house. It's a completely self-contained environment. You're basically interacting with a highly managed service rather than a raw tool that you can tinker with. When you use Sol, you are experiencing a highly controlled, curated system straight from the developers. Which brings us to the flip side in Section 3, defining OpenAI. The OpenAI philosophy operates on a radically different premise. Totally night and day. Instead of just renting access through an API, the foundational frameworks are actually made accessible for external use. Developers can go in, download the actual model weights, run the AI locally on their own hardware, and even fine-tune the architecture for super specific specialized applications. It's a highly communal approach. The whole idea is to push the technology forward through massive distributed experimentation. And Llama 4 is standing tall as the current champion for this open-source community. By releasing top-tier, incredibly powerful model architecture directly to the public, it essentially proves that highly capable AI can be developed without locking the underlying mechanics inside a corporate vault. It takes those core principles, accessibility, sharing, and modification, and bundles them all into a system that literally anyone with enough computing power can utilize and adapt. So, how do they compare? Let's look at Section 4. Sol versus Llama 4. When you put them head-to-head, it essentially becomes a choice between a walled garden and an open frontier. The closed ecosystem of Sol, that's your walled garden. It is beautifully curated, highly optimized, and very secure, but you can only really build what the landlord allows. Llama 4, on the other hand, is the open frontier. It's wilder, for sure, and requires significantly more technical heavy lifting on the user's end, but it allows for limitless, completely permissionless innovation. Two totally different ways to cultivate the exact same technology. Looking at their structural traits, they are literal polar opposites. Where Sol relies on a closed, proprietary, and hidden architecture to maintain that centralized control, Llama 4 flips the script entirely. It utilizes an open, shared, and fully accessible foundation. Now, it's not about one being inherently better or worse than the other. As impartial observers, it's just fascinating to see how proprietary barriers contrast directly with public accessibility in modern software development. Okay, let's wrap this up with Section 5, why this divide matters. Why should we actually care about this architectural divide? Well, because it dictates everything about how we're going to interact with tomorrow's tools. First off, it defines user access. Are you going to be renting intelligence from a massive centralized server, or are you running it locally on your own rig? Second, it sets the standard for how development even happens. Is it happening in private, heavily controlled labs or via crowdsourced global research? Ultimately, we are watching two distinct technological futures compete for dominance right in front of us. One is regulated by its creators, the other is decentralized and fiercely independent. Which brings us right back to where we started. Will the future of AI be a proprietary walled garden or an open technological frontier? As models like GPT-5.6, Sol, and Llama 4 continue to evolve at lightning speed, they aren't just competing for users anymore. They are literally competing to establish the blueprint of the digital age. So, who ultimately shapes the technology of tomorrow? That is the billion-dollar question. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this dynamic today. Keep questioning everything, and I will see you in the